Hello, I'm John Hinchliffe. I'm married to Kim. We have 6 children. Some of you will know the oldest 2 who've now left home. That's Joshua and Hannah. And then you'll see Mary, Biz, Paul and Abby with us at church. I'm an accountant and I work for a housing association, and I've been coming to Wood Green for the past 5 years. I had the privilege of growing up in a Christian household. My mum and dad were Christians and they taught me from the Bible and told me the stories about Jesus. I knew that he was God's son. I knew that he'd come to this earth, that he'd died on the cross for the wrong things that I'd done, and that he'd risen again. When I was 11, I was reading my Bible with my mum, and the Bible notes we were using asked a question. It said, "Are you a Christian?" And I knew that although that I knew the good news, I knew what I needed to do to become a Christian, I'd never actually asked Jesus to forgive me the wrong things that I'd done, and I hadn't put my trust in him. So that night I prayed with my mum that God would forgive me. Later on, when I was a student, I was reading my Bible, trying to be a bit more systematic in reading it, and as I was reading it, I kept on being struck by a couple of phrases that kept on coming up. One was that God was holy, and not just that he was holy, but he wanted us to be holy like he was holy. And as I thought about that, I just knew that I wasn't holy like he was, and I just realised how selfish I was and how far short of God's perfect glory that my life was. But at the same time, as I was reading that, I was also encouraged by some other verses that I kept on reading, which was, salvation is of the Lord, and I knew that what I couldn't do, God could do, that he could save me, that he could forgive me, that he could change my life. And so I prayed that he would save me and change me. Being a Christian's given me lots of meaning to life. It's given me peace and joy. The fact that we can know God, the maker of heaven and earth, that he loves us despite the things that we've done, and that he's been merciful to us, that we can tell him about all our cares and needs, and that he still loves us and is interested in us, is an amazing thing. It's an amazing privilege that we have. Being a Christian, everything isn't always easy. We've also had difficulties in our lives, and God uses them to make us more like him. And I guess in that everybody has difficult times, Christians and non-Christians, but the good thing is we can see the purpose in it, that God's using that to make us more like his son, and knowing that God's with us, helping us through those difficulties, is a great encouragement.